two lovely operators. Thank you for your generosity to organize this webinar. So before we go ahead, let me remind you about some instruction in this webinar to all of the participants. Make sure that you switch off the audio. It is the first instruction. And the second one is when you join this group, please type your attendance in the group chat. Next, we will let you to ask the question, and you may also type your question later on in the chat group. And for your certificate, we are going to deliver via email, and make sure you follow the seminar until the end, because the e-certificate is only provided for all of the participants who attend the seminar until the end. All right, next, let us know who's our speaker for the second section. This is Ma'am Dwi Maharani, M.Pd. from Universitas PGRI Palembang. Good morning, ma'am.
Hello, morning.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So she's going to talk to us about turning thesis into journal article, a systematic and practical guideline. Okay, I'm sure all of the participants are ready. So time is yours, ma'am. Please.
Okay, thank you so much, moderator, for the challenges. Now we're going to have my presentations for today, but before that, let me say hi first to all the audiences here. Let me see. Okay, we have here from Karawang, yeah. And then also we have from Polsri, Palembang, and then of course from the University of the Host, IAIN Curug. Okay. And then also we have from SMPN 2 Bungoro, ya, Bungoro. Okay, it's really nice to have you here, although we are in the very separated areas, but we still have got together here to share some ideas, share some things that maybe will benefit for you, especially for you who have already in your university to have your maybe final thesis or undergraduate thesis. Yeah, maybe you're still working on all that. I also want to know, okay, here from Lambung Mangkurat, yeah, Lambung Mangkurat, and then maybe still from others area. Okay, it's really nice to have you here. And because this is the third day actually that we have the webinar series, maybe some of you have already joined the previous series also. And yeah, maybe you can just chat in the message box or group chat, whoever from you who have already joined the previous presentations, maybe 2 or 3 presentations, because I just want to make sure that everybody here will get the idea what I'm going to share in these occasions. Yeah. Okay. I'll start share the screen, and I do really need your participations. I'll try to make it as interactive as possible. So in the first beginning of the presentations, maybe I'll ask you to write down some opinion. Yeah, I'll give you the questions in the first and the second and the third slides, and then you can freely answer the questions, your opinion in the group chat. Okay, so I know that you get the first framework about what we're going to talk about. Okay, and also here we have from EESBUD. Yeah. Oh, Sumbawa. Hello, Sumbawa. It's really nice to have you for this morning. Yeah. Okay. Now this is what we are going to talk for today. Okay. Okay, for moderator, how many minutes do I have to present my material? How many minutes?
Okay.
5 minutes, 10 minutes?
It should be 15 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 minutes. Okay, good. It's quite a little bit, I'll try to make it as simple as possible, yeah? Okay, turning thesis into journal article. I'll try to make it a practical and systematic guide, and I'll try to make it into not really hard work. Well, actually, you still need to make hard work for that, but at least in your mind, you can have an idea that, oh, I can do it, yeah? Because for undergraduate students, especially for those who are writing their proposal or thesis right now, they have already quite a lot of work to do. And then because of the requirement of the university, some university, I don't know, maybe all, yeah, all university require the students to also submit a journal, a paper journal, as a requirement of graduations. So besides making your undergraduate thesis or thesis, you also have to prepare your paper based on the research of your thesis. So that's why just like make it simple because you want to make it as a requirement for your graduations, and you have already had the material from your thesis, from your research, your undergraduate thesis. We just try to make a little bit modifications, so you can also submit your research to the journal, so you can graduate from your university, yeah? Okay. I know that most of you, or maybe all of you, or some of you, have already had something in your mind when you have heard a word about thesis and journal article. Okay. And I know that you have already your prior knowledge, or at least for the four previous webinar, yeah, you have already had in your mind what is actually journal articles, what is actually the differences of thesis. And from now on, I group the idea into three main ideas, three tenet points that can be used for you to make it as a framework, how you can work to modify your, to turn your thesis into your article journal. The first one is, okay, what is it? Okay, I'll rearrange the words so I can let you think for a while. You can arrange the words into something that is maybe meaningful. You can write it down in your text, in your group chat. Okay, is there anyone here who have already give the answer for the group chat? Okay, I can see that. I want to see the answer. Actually, I can't see it. Wait. Okay. Okay. Just like this. Oh, wait, yeah. I have a little bit problem here. Okay, this is, okay, what is the answer? I'll show you what the answer is. The answer is the purpose. So you have to think at the first time is what is actually the purpose of you making your thesis, and what is actually the purpose of your making your journal article. So that's the first things that you have to keep in mind. What is the purpose? Why? Because it will influence, yeah, your next steps when you decide to modify your thesis into your journal article. Okay, the next one is, okay, a little bit longer. The word is, I don't know whether you can guess it or not. Okay, but I'll just show you the answer. What is the answer? And the answer is expectations. Yes. What does it mean? I'll show you later after this. So the second one that you have to really concern is the expectations of the thesis and the journal article. In this way, in what way of the expectation that the thesis and the journal article can be different? or they can be different in this way. Okay. After the purpose and then the expectations, we also have the third point, the third idea that you have to concern with. The Okay, well, this is also the third word that you have to concern, and the answer is audience. Yes, so we have purpose, we have expectations, and we have audience. At least you have to concern with this three main ideas when you try to turn your thesis to, or your undergraduate thesis to your article to be submitted in the journal. Why these three things? Because these three things as a whole and holistic elements will influence later on the way you turn your undergraduate thesis or thesis into your paper to be submitted. Okay, these are things that to be concerned. Theses have different purpose, have different expectations, have different audience with the journal article. Maybe you have the same content because this is the same research, but you try to present it into different ways. But again, by having these three different purposes, expectations, the audience, yeah, you can try to have guidelines or a framework about how you can work with that. Okay, let's see why these three ideas will give an impact to your process in making a journal article. Okay, different purposes, a thesis or undergraduate thesis. Actually, this is have an educational purposes because this is needs to be as a requirement. You are required to do your thesis, your research as if you want to graduate from university. So that's why the purpose is your lecturers or your examiners want you to really understand what you are going to write, the idea. So they want to make sure that you do really know detailed things when you want to report your research into your thesis. Yeah, that's actually the main purpose. Because if well, there was ever an issue is that now undergraduate students don't need to make any thesis, yeah, but yeah, this is quite good for you actually for your experience. And while the journal articles is already a publications, you publications your ideas for the scientific evidence. So this is
We have 4
something.
minutes.
Okay, you think 4 more minutes? Wow. Okay, I'll try to make it a little faster. Okay, journal article. Yeah, so that's a little bit different purposes. Okay, next, different expectations because they have different purposes. So also, of course, they have different expectations. In thesis, you need to be detailed and elaborate. You have to write a little bit 5 chapters with maybe 10 or 50 or 60 pages. But in journal article, you have to be specific, practical, and concise information. Why? Because people who want to look for something in the journal article need to get a fast information. There are a lot of journals actually they have to read, so they just want to make a specific one and find as fast as possible about the information that they're going to find. And the thesis is small scope. Why I say like that? Because in thesis you only want to present it to your examiners, maybe 3, 4, 5, and then you have to submit in your library. Yeah? But in journal article, when it is already published, everybody can see your paper. Moreover, if it is published online, so everyone from any kinds of work of any area of this world can see your journal or your article. So that's why they have different audience. And as the result, these three different ideas, how can affect your process in turning your thesis to your paper. because of they have different purpose, so you have to modify the content. Because they have different expectations, so you have to modify the language. Because they have different audiences, you have to modify the technical points. Okay, yeah. So that's the scheme that you have to keep in your mind. Okay, and how about to modify the content? It's about focusing about the focus of discussions. Okay, uh, modify the language. It's about, for example, maybe little choice, grouping ideas, paraphrasing sentences, and technical points. It deals about author's guideline of the journals. Yeah. So that's the three things that can help you. And the questions is how to do it. Yeah. The systematic and practical guide, how to do it. This is how you can do this. Modify the content, the focus. Okay, in thesis, maybe you have quite a lot of problems of research. Just like here, I give you the example. There are four problem of research that you write in the thesis. How is the critical reading of? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but when you want to turn it into your journal, just focus on smaller scope, smaller idea. Maybe you can choose 1 or 2 problem of the research to be presented into your journal. How about the other problem of research? Well, actually, you can make it another paper to present it with a little bit different modifications with the first paper. Okay, next, modify the language. This is the example for the thesis for the title. Okay, critical liability or relationship, quite long title, but when you want to make it into journal, try to make it more interactive. Try to make it more interesting for the audience to find out your article. Yeah, I give you an example. For example, relationship among English teachers, self-perceptions and leadership style toward and blah, and you make it into journal title, teacher self-perceptions and leadership style, do the influence students learning motivations. Yeah, so you have to play a little bit tricky things and rearrange your title and the content, just like you know that thesis have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until references, but in journal you make it into what we call it, shorter sections, yeah, with maybe some points that you can be grouping or paraphrasing. And the format. Okay, thesis have guideline universities, yeah. But if you want to ask, okay, how can I write the format for my paper for journal? You have to go to the specific author guidelines of each journal. So each journal have their own guidelines how to write it. I'll show you. This is one. I just take it from Ian Churup, yeah, English Franca authors. Let's see, does it work? Authors guideline. How you can see the technical things from that. Does it work? Does it work?
Excuse me, ma'am. The time is almost over.
Yeah. Okay, give me 30 more seconds. Still loading. Well,
Yes,
okay.
please.
Oh, well, actually, this should be shown here, yeah. So the tips is you have to make sure what journal that you want to submit your paper, and then see the author's guideline theirs, yeah, because they will give you a specific guidelines what you should do. For example, the font of the font of the words and the spacing one, the spacing lines, yeah, something like that. So that's the thing that you have to know. Okay. Sorry. I still have bonus actually, but I think it doesn't work. Wait. Still loading. I have 2 more slides to help you. Besides that's framework, you also want to concern with the other 2 things. The first one is referencing tools, which is already explained in the previous webinar. You can use Mendeley, for example, to help you making a reference. And the second one is similarity checks, yeah, just like the previous speaker said about that. But actually, I want to show you example how does it form actually, but it doesn't work. Still loading. Yeah, it's okay. I think while waiting for this, I'll just give it back to the moderator. If you maybe in the questions and session answers, there's something that I can help you. I'll just stop this one first. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll give it back to you, moderator.
Yes, we should thank you then. All right, that's the explanation from our speaker, Ma'am Dwi Maharani M.Pd, about turning thesis into journal article. Now we open question and answer section for all of the participants and our audience. You may type the question on group chat. Okay, we'll still give you time to type a question. If you have a question, I will read it and I will deliver the question to the speaker. And also welcome to all participants who are watching us online live on YouTube. Thank you for your available time. Welcome. Okay, we are waiting the questions.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, for this session, we have maybe 1 or 2 questions is enough because still of the time, limited time. And for all of the participants, make sure you type your name in the group chat to show your attendance for this second session of webinar today. Okay, we only have 1 question. I guess we only let the student or the participant have 1 question to answer because we are running out of the time.
Yeah, please, if you have any questions, just ask about this topic or maybe other things that you want to share related with your thesis writing process or related with the kinds of things. Please, I'll try to answer as well.
Okay. Is there any question?
Is there? No?
Okay, not yet, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just use the time to share. Wait, yeah.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so, Alhamdulillah, we have 1 question, ma'am.
Is there anyone here? Yeah.
We have 1 question.
Oh, okay,
it is
go
about
on.
How to differentiate between thesis and journal quickly. The question is from Nursan. Yes,
okay,
the time is yours to answer.
Okay, wait, yeah. So what is the differences between thesis and
journal quickly? Okay, I repeat the question. How to differentiate between thesis and journal quickly?
I wonder all the audience here, especially for undergraduate university students, Are you right now writing your thesis, or in the last semesters of your college? You can type in the group chat in what semesters are you now. If you are in the 7th or 8th semesters, well, actually, you are in the middle of your thesis, the graduate thesis process, yeah. So if it is thesis, of course, just like you, like I told you, itu satu requirement atau apa ya, requirement itu syarat ya, syarat you untuk you bisa lulus dari kampus you gitu kan. Semester 7, semester 8 you mulai nulis skripsi atau tesis gitu. And kalau for journal ya, atau artikel, ya itu salah satunya paper yang you baca ketika you mencari sumber untuk bahan nulis you. Jadi it's really different ya, beda banget. It's really easier for you to differentiate it. Kalau tesis ya skripsi you yang tebel-tebelnya bisa sampai, sebenarnya jangan terlalu tebel-tebel juga sih ya. Mungkin mau tebelnya mau berapa, 1 senti, setengah senti gitu ya, 50 halaman, mungkin 60 halaman. Tapi kalau paper, kalau journal paper, yaitu biasanya around 10 to 12 gitu ya, 15, 10, 12, 15 halaman ya, sekitar itu. Jadi the challenges, tantangannya adalah gimana you nge-remake, modify thesis yang 50-60 halaman tadi jadi sekitar 10 sampai 15 halaman. Itu tantangannya. Dan caranya gimana? Ya, that's why we discuss about this topic. Karena apa? Karena ada beberapa universitas mungkin sudah jadi syarat umum juga yang mengharuskan, salah satu syarat untuk you nanti tamat itu selain bikin skripsi adalah you harus kirim paper, you harus kirim jurnal artikel gitu. Kalau enggak you nggak bisa wisuda. That's the problem sometimes, yeah. That's why this is the tips. We have some speakers here from yesterday to share with you how you can make kinds of things to help you bikin dari thesis you itu jadi paper journal gitu. Okay, I think it's clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for M.Pd Maharani for very clear answer and also explanation. So I think this is the end of our section 2 for today's webinar because of the limited time. So we are sorry for our mistake, and I would like to say thank you once again to M.Pd Maharani M.Pd as our speaker. And also thanks for all of the participants for your active participation. And tomorrow we still have the last day of webinar. So make sure for all of the participants you will attend also the webinar for tomorrow. So that's all for today. Thank you for your attention all. We are looking forward for seeing you tomorrow. At last, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.